Captain Wagner. Now we really should hug.
All right, make it quick.
Okay.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Jane Pauley.
That's actor Wendell Pierce in the just returning CBS series Elsbeth. The versatile performer of stage and screen is in conversation with our Nancy Giles.
In our town, that helped a lot.
It's been a few years since Wendell Pierce attended a drama class at the Juilliard School in Manhattan.
And we're going to start dipping into Shakespeare.
40 years, to be exact.
I remember it well. High windows and gray floors.
Lucas Johnson.
Lucas Johnson, how you doing?
You said that nothing in your career gave you as much anxiety as training here.
The anxiety of, am I doing the right thing? I'm going into an unknown world. Will I have what it takes to be just a working actor? And so I was reminded, looking in that class, it was very touching to see these young people at a point in the journey that I recall with fondness and with a lot of anxiety too. But I knew I was exactly where I wanted to be.
And it's where he belongs. At 61, Pierce is among the most prolific and respected actors of his generation, with standout roles in The Wire, Treme, Raising Kanan, Selma, and now the quirky CBS drama, Elsbeth.
You're a good man.
Officers, please remove Miss Tassione's things.
Later this year, he'll play Editor-in-Chief Perry White in the newest Superman movie. He'll also take on Othello at the Shakespeare Theater Company in Washington, D.C.
We were tipped off.
No matter the part, Pierce brings his own humanity to it.
In every role, there's a little part of Wendell in it. At the end of the run, I turn the lights down low in the dressing room. I just see the silhouette in the mirror, and I have a good cry and say goodbye, right? I said, man, you taught me so much about myself. I've learned so much from you. I hope to see you again, and I know there'll be times where I will see you again.
That sense of self-discovery began in his hometown of New Orleans and the historical black neighborhood of Pontchartrain Park.
It was like a black Mayberry. And the first black mayor came out of there, the first black DA, lawyers, doctors, postal workers, maintenance men. That was the community I grew up in. It was absolutely wonderful. And it was totally destroyed. We were destroyed by Katrina. We were part of the deepest flooding. And we brought it back. And now we're on the National Register of Historic Places.
His mother, Althea, was a beloved school teacher.
She taught everybody in the neighborhood, and I just remember how everywhere I went, I knew that I had to live up to being her son.
And your father, Amos Pierce Jr., was a World War II vet.
He was an Army unit attached to the 3rd Marines in the invasion of Saipan. And after that, his unit received medals of commendation. And because he was there with a black unit, the officer didn't believe him when he told him. He said, listen, I think we received medals. And it was a woman who said, yeah, right, you. You didn't receive anything.
It would take 65 years for the injustice to be corrected.
We gave him his medals on Veterans Day 2010. I tell that story to say that he was a man who loved this country even when the country didn't love him back. And even after receiving the medals, there was a great pride. But he didn't let the anger destroy him. And that was a great lesson.
Pierce sees his own life as a series of lessons.
You just try to look casual, like you know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing.
Good. Tell your face.
Acting is part of that journey.
Every audition for me is an opening and closing night where you get to perform. This is what I would do with this material. You do whatever you like from this point on, and then you leave the room.
And he says his best work, be it as Detective Bunk Moreland on The Wire,
wasn't about guns so much as knowing what to do with your hands. Those boys could really rack.
or in Malcolm X, comes from the writing.
The really good material is the thing that will define it, you know, and make it classic, something that speaks to people across time and place, no matter where you are, that's going to speak to people years from now.
Mm-hmm. A career highlight was in 2022.
I put 34 years into this firm, and now I can't pay my insurance.
When Pierce became the first black actor to play Willie Loman on Broadway in Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman.
Why do you think it took so long?
The ignorance of biases and bigotry, and when people just don't have the ability to see others' humanity. And it's something that people are very conscious of at times, and then sometimes they're not very conscious of it.
And it's Pierce's own compassion that draws people to him, like Carrie Preston, his co-star on Elsbeth.
You know, this kind of connection isn't always guaranteed.
It's true.
And we've got it here, so I'm grateful for it.
And it's also what his fellow Juilliard classmate Bradley Whitford recalled when the West Wing and Get Out actor surprised Pierce with a message during our interview.
Wendell, I miss you. I love you. I am so proud of you, not only for the great actor that you are and the dear friend, but what an amazing citizen you are. I love you. Bye.
That's very special. Brad and I were part of a very special group here at Juilliard, our class. You know, when you go through the fire together, you are connected forever. And that's a very good surprise.
Oh.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You got me.
You're so dear.
Now that's jazz. That's improvisation. That's genius. And we invented that.
You've said, I want to make my mark. And do you think that you have? And what is that mark? What do you want to leave for people?
I was afraid that I may not have the opportunity to leave my mark, that my best days were behind me. I had that fear, and I tapped into that fear when I did Death of a Salesman. And while I still have the fear, now I have courage. I hope I can have an impact on someone else that way, the way they had an impact on me.